Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures. Thought we'd go live tonight. I have a big stack of Ollie's goodness as well as some other bargain store and clearance finds that's really been stacking up for the past, I don't know, 2-3 months. And I usually like to document when I open things either here on the YouTube channel or over at Instagram at disavowed_12, as I do have listed right there below. If you are new to the channel, hello, welcome. Thank you for checking this out. Typically, I do on-face live streams over at Yojo Jerk's channel on Thursday nights. I sometimes go live here face on camera as well. Tonight, we're unboxing some figures, getting some stuff off the pile. Recycling goes out tomorrow night. We got to get some of these boxes out of here. So that's what we're going to do, open some stuff. So right now, again, if you are new, I do have my Instagram there at the bottom where I do post pretty much, if not daily, pretty close to that, as well as updates on the YouTube channel that we're trying to work towards 7,000 subscribers. So if you're new and action figures are your thing and you haven't seen my videos before, feel free to check that out. Hit that subscribe button so you can see all of our live streams and action figure reviews, and of course toy hunts, which is what we do the most here on the channel. So feel free to interact in the chat, everybody, if you want to say hello as we kind of work our way through the evening. I'm not sure how long we're going to go here. I have about maybe 6 or 7 things set aside to open. Obviously, these are already opened here. These are some things that I've opened recently and reviewed. Dracula and Damon Hellstrom from the Strange Tales wave. Those boxes got to get recycled tomorrow, too. They're stacked up behind me. I did build Blackheart here on the channel if you want to check that out as well. It was a lot of fun, a little bit of pain. If you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. And then the Punisher here was from that 2-pack. I got all the Strange Tales wave, basically all came from Amazon. And then the Punisher came from Hasbro Pulse. So fun figures. I do have some reviews of those on the channel here. If you want to go check those out, feel free if it's your thing and you're interested. Grail 640. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Nice to see you here. So, all right, well, let's get right to it here. I just have a pile of stuff, no real rhyme or reason to unboxing it. Just going to kind of work our way through the stack. So I'll put some of these off to the side. I just thought we'd put them here for comparison purposes, maybe for later on. Get Damon out of the way over here. He's going to be off camera. And let's put Dracula over here, kind of in the corner. So, yeah, New York Comic-Con coming up this week. I will not be there. Not really my thing to travel up there. Hey, what's going on? How are you, sir? What is up? So I will not be at New York Comic-Con. Looking forward to living vicariously through all my friends who do go there. I'll be at Ollie's probably, right? Because that's what I do essentially with my time anymore, is go to Ollie's and the toy hunt, right? So some stuff to open here. Again, stuff mostly from Ollie's. You'll see the tags as they rotate around. So a lot of Indiana Jones stuff to open. I actually have one here, a 2-pack here for Indiana Jones in addition to these that did not come from Ollie's. They came from clearance at GameStop. So we'll probably open that as well. So Indiana Jones Adventure Series, been fun. I was not all in on these. I kind of picked and chose the ones I liked. And then once we got down to the fact that they're showing up at Ollie's and for clearance, I went back and reacquired some of these that I passed on initially at full price. Hey, Jukebox Hero, what's going on, man? How are you? Where's your talking toys, talking figs, unboxing some stuff, and just kind of checking in with everybody. I try to, again, go live here on the channel maybe once a month. As I said, usually is face on camera to talk about some news. For instance, possibly after New York Comic-Con's over this upcoming week, we'll go live and talk about any Marvel Legends reveals. That might be fun to talk about with everybody. Hey, Paul, what's going on, Paul? How you doing, man? So, yeah, so that's what we do here, right? We just hang out and try to say hello. So let's crack this stuff open. So I had him originally, and I hated him because it wouldn't stand for me. And then I kind of got out of the Adventure Series, so they started showing up on clearance. I did get almost all my Adventure Series, maybe 3 I did not get on clearance. Grail Knight, I got full price. Donovan, I got on Amazon for full price. Indiana Jones's dad, Sean Connery, I got for full price. Short Round I got for full price originally. But yeah, so I did, again, start reacquiring and collecting some of these here as they popped up at Ollie's. Hey, what's going on, Lucas? How you doing, man? I'm going to do a screenshot. So remember to check out your channel later. I keep saying I'm going to, and I keep forgetting because I get sidetracked. So yeah, let's open some stuff. So Target exclusive showed up at Ollie's. This was everywhere, showed up at Ollie's. I think the sticker, yeah, here we go. Stickers on this side if you wanted to see. So usually $9.99. If you're not familiar with Ollie's, if you don't see my videos or anybody else's, you're looking at about $9.99 for most action figures that show up at Ollie's nowadays. And I get some other stuff on display like I always do here in the back. So most of the stuff from Ollie's I did already. I forgot I already cut it because I always check and make sure that nobody swapped out what's supposed to be inside. Hey, Brian King, what's going on? How you doing, Brian? So a lot of times I will have these pre-cut because I just literally open them in the store. I always do it like near an employee so they don't think I'm trying to steal anything. So they realize I'm just literally. So if they were to ask me like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm just going to say, "Hey, I'm making sure that this stuff wasn't stolen." I suggest if you're still buying stuff that's but not behind plastic, that's just cardboard, which I know we're kind of getting back away from the cardboard completely, having some sort of window. I do highly suggest opening it up just to make sure, or at least checking the tape, because again, you don't want to be the person who takes something home to find out that some jackass stole stuff and then replaced it, and then you have to be the one taking it back to the store, making the decision like, do I tell them? Do I just take it back and not say anything, which I think is a scumbag move because then somebody else is going to buy it eventually. Um, so yeah, so I get just what I say. If you're going to cut stuff, you're going to do that. Yeah, if you're going to open stuff in the store like that, just don't make a scene of it. Like even if I'm doing a video of me doing it, I'm not like doing loud narration or trying to basically make a scene. I'm just literally trying to get stuff open to make sure that I'm not getting ripped off. So I'm already having trouble standing this guy. I swear to gosh, it's usually me just because they don't apparently stand figures. There we go. I might stay now. It's only be a matter of time till I knock all this stuff over anyway. I guarantee it. That always happens when I'm alive. There we go. So here is Kazim from is this Crusade, right? So getting him here out of the packaging is always fun. Cool, man. Opening Toys Day. Like I was saying before, hey, Mike, what's going on, Mike? A lot of this stuff I want to get out of here. Just get the boxes out, get the figures out of the cardboard, and then basically get stuff recycled and get it out of here so I have more space back here in the toy room, because we always say with Ollies, the blessing and the curse of Ollies is that you're going to find stuff. And by the way, I'm definitely going to hit the camera eventually here as I unload stuff in these bags. So if I bump the camera, I apologize in advance. The thing with Ollies is you really got to restrict yourself. If you're watching this and you're frustrated because you don't have an Ollies near you, I'm sorry. I get that a lot. It is what it is, right? However, the thing with Ollies is you could definitely end up spending more money than you want to, because you're going to find a lot of stuff that you might have passed on originally, and then you're going to buy a bunch of stuff you wouldn't have gotten normally. What's up with this elbow? That you would not have gotten normally. And now all of a sudden you spent more money than you wanted to spend, even though stuff was cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like each of these that I'm opening was $9.99, which is great. The problem is if you buy, a bunch of stuff you normally wouldn't buy that's kind of out of your lane, as I like to say, all of a sudden you are spending more than you would have liked to initially, right? Which isn't good either. So, all right, so what, 3 weapons of this guy. We have only 1 trigger. Okay, so here we go. We have 3 weapons, only 1 trigger hand, which is kind of silly because you can't hold 2 weapons now. And there's no storage, obviously, that I can see. So basically you're having to bag up this stuff. You're not going to have them hold it. So that's kind of weird, right? Also, you'll see like the scaling. If you don't collect Adventure Series, the scaling of these is definitely like Black Series scaling. So they're pretty small. I've noticed that, like, again, the same team made these that makes Black Series. So again, they are pretty tiny in terms of your other action figure lines, even that Hasbro makes. But if you're a Black Series collector, you probably already knew that. Hey, Brian, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Just an easy night here unboxing stuff. No face on camera. Nothing for me to really yammer about other than, New York Comic Con coming up. ECW TV. What else we got going on here? Brian says he went to Ollie's today, but have a lot of stuff coming this week. That's awesome, man. It was fun getting new stuff in. Opening toys and watching wrestling. Nothing wrong with that. Did anybody watch the EW pay-per-view last night? I skipped it. I did not pick that. I did not watch it this time around. Mike said Ollie's needs to discount the Eternals. Yeah, dude, seriously. I hope they just donate them. I mean, if I'm a kid and I don't have any toys at all, obviously that's tragic. There's lots of people out there in tough situations, tough economy, all that good stuff. You're gonna be happy to get something for Toys for Tots or whatever. So Ollie's, yeah, and plus that's probably a write-off, right? Hey, what's going on, Lupin? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Church, football, toys, the Penguin today. That's a lot of good stuff right there going on. Mike says your Ollies seem to have tons. Yeah, it's ridiculous how much is going on with the Black Panther and specifically the Eternal stuff. They just can't give that stuff away at this point. That's just where they're at. It's ridiculous. And again, this one I opened and I just threw away the cardboard right away. So again, a lot of these, like I said, I checked to make sure. Now this is the guy here who, when I had him the first time around, wouldn't stand, and that's why I was like infuriated that I bought a toy for full price that wouldn't stand. I liked the code on this initially. I think I actually opened this on a live stream with Dante on Infinity Equation. I believe. So I think I struggled with standing it on there. It was like I ran like a Saturday live stream or something. I did like the paper that came with this. As dumb as that sounds, I like how like they have the map. It's a pretty cool idea for Indiana Jones. So yeah, so this guy may have to lean. I really don't do much with figure stands, just because I don't. I like the space they take up. Let's see if just by luck if he's maybe stands better. He's going to fall right backward. So he's going to have to lean probably in the back of the display. This guy comes with cool accessories. I really felt like he has like the burnt hand, some cool stuff. Again, just kind of not going to go through and review this stuff, obviously. He's just going to have to lay on the side over here. I'm already frustrated by this guy because I remember the fact that he won't stand very well at all. But again, for $9.99, that's better than, you know, paying full price. So I do have the Build-A-Figure P or whatever, whatever in here. And the hat is cool to see. I think I actually did keep the pieces for this and just got rid of the figure. So I probably do have doubles on the pieces now, I think. All these pieces look the same to me. So here's his little gun. We got the melting head. That's the main reason I reacquired this. To the light turned around here. Is that friggin' melting head? I just think that's awesome. They got away with some pretty interesting stuff with this Indiana Jones series, man. They did the melting face here. They did have Donovan. I'm not going to dig him out from behind over on the back of the shelf here, but he had like the rapidly aged head, as he rapidly aged in the film at the end by using the wrong cup. There's the burnt hand right there. The light turned around again. So again, cool accessories with this guy, but he will not stand. So that is the pain with him. And also the little hat. Again, the hat, because this is a bit of a smaller line, may not fit on other figures as well. Originally, I was kind of hoping it would. But yeah, he's a cool looking guy. Again, for the price, not too terrible. So let's get him off to the side as well here. Usually I drone on way too long with opening stuff. So we're going to try to move through here, say hello, and then open some more stuff as we go through. Let's do some Marvel Legends. Let's open up. I bought a couple of these for myself, and then I did pick up one for Art and one for Dan and Jay Tree, as I'll be seeing them sometime soon. So, yeah, I grabbed a couple extra of these. I had one before. I know this is a bit of a controversy with these Tracksuit Mafias because Target screws many people over, and then they, suddenly show up at Ollies of all places. I've been buying heaps of Druid. Oh, okay, from Eternals. Perfect for kit bashing. Cobra Army, cool, man. See, that is the thing. If you can find a way to kit bash, or customize figures from Ollies, that's even better. Or if you're just trying, I don't really customize much, but if you're just starting it out, it's kind of cool because if you screw something up and botch it, like I know they had a bunch of hand ninjas there at one point, and I had a ton of those already, but I bought a couple that I wanted to try to paint, never did. But I figured, if you ruin a figure that's $9.99, it's better than ruining a figure you bought at full price. $9.99 for that tote figure is completely worth it. Yeah, I agree, Brian. That's why I had to reacquire it at that point. Has the X-Men 3-pack with Gambit. No, Mike, I have not been told, or I have not seen that anywhere. I'm wondering if it will. The problem is, I think out of the 2 packs, the one with Banshee was the one people wanted the most. I did not open this, by the way, so there's a potato inside or whatever. We'll see. However, the tape looked fine. But yeah, I'm curious if that'll show up. Now, again, I think that was more sought after because of Banshee. Even though Dwight Stahl from the Marvel Legends team said he won't do a Banshee figure beyond the one he did, I think we will get a retro card, just regular Banshee on that buck with just a different paint job on it. So I'm curious if maybe that won't show up because it was so sought after that too many people bought it. I mean, obviously it wouldn't have sold out, I wouldn't think. But I am curious to see if that will show up. I have Banshee. I did not keep Psylocke and who's the other one? Psylocke and who's the third one in that pack? Gambit. That's right, Gambit. But I'll probably regret that now because now I have, spoiler alert, if you can see the thumbnail, I'm going to open that 3-pack I bought, the Forge one, which again, is just a stupid deal. How inexpensive that is at Ollie's. $25 for 3 figures is ridiculous. I mean, that's even better than what Ollie's normally does. Ollie's, everything's usually, as you said, $9.99, and you get 3 figures, so they kind of give you a discount on that one. All right, so here he is here. So the one I do have, I have on display on one of my MCU shelves, which I don't do a lot of MCU anymore, by the way. But these guys, as army builders and goons, had to happen. I think I have to heat the feet up on this guy too from the stand better. I'm pretty sure the first one I had, the feet were kind of frozen too. So I just had like on my other one on my shelf back behind me, I have the masked look going on. But again, the thing with these is, I think the reason obviously people want them, 1, they're cheap. And 2, I just had trouble with feet on these guys. And then 2, the accessories that come with these. You get the 3 heads. I think he'll stay. So you get the 3 heads, and then all the weapons, which I think is insane. Like, I remember when Jigsaw was hitting clearance at Walgreens, people loved the fact because you got all the weapons with him. This is even crazier. You get the golf club right here, the driver. So, I mean, from an army builder standpoint, I mean, this isn't anything that people don't know. You can really just put so many different options with these guys on your shelf, between having that again kind of goon head to make it like an indiscriminate army builder, and then to have the actual heads of these 2 actors, and then all the weapons. You can really go out of your way to really, there it goes, to really put things on display and mix it up and really kind of vary what each one looks like using all that different stuff. If you watch my channel, you know that I have a ton of the hand ninjas. I have quite a lot of Nick Fury LMDs. I have a lot of the AIM and the Hydra figures. So I do love army builders. I don't want to get like 20 of these or anything. I think I'm going to end up having like 4 or 5, just enough to kind of do some cool stuff if I really want to. There's the other actor's head sculpt right there. Good head sculpt. And then the other weapons are the machete, the baseball bat. This thing I love. This actually, if you look in the back there, this usually is kind of on display when I do my reviews, because it's just a cool looking accessory, that Molotov cocktail. So that's something I think a lot of people definitely want, because you use that. Again, all these accessories you can use for a lot of stuff. This is the head everybody I think wants, because again, you can just have like 20 guys wearing that head. That that could be anybody underneath that mask, and the crowbar. So what I get? I have to look and see how many I have. I'm not opening all those tonight. So I have, what do I have back here behind me? I have 4 of them. So I bought 3 for myself, and I have my 4th originally. So then I said 1 for Art and 1 for Dan. So so yeah, these are cool. These are fun. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Say hello to some people as you're popping in. With Christmas stock coming up, any rumors on upcoming figures? Art G had some really great theories. He thinks some Hasbro Pulse exclusives, maybe that 3-pack of the twins and Baroness in the all red. Again, that's Art's theory. I think it's a good one. Citing my source, that was his idea. I'm more curious to see about some other waves. I mean, I think we see some crazy stuff. I think I wouldn't completely write off the fact that you might see the Mindless One wave show up there. I think almost any wave of Marvel Legends anymore, to be perfectly honest, at this point, there's a good possibility that they could show up there, especially if they were at retail in big box stores. But then again, Hasbro Pulse obviously has stuff showing up there like MODOK that are exclusive. So again, I think anything at this point, Hasbro wise, could potentially show up on Ollies, which is nuts when you stop and you think about it. There he is with this mask going on right there, right? So again, cool. I'm not going to go overboard with these. This is one of those things where every time I found them, which I've only found them once so far, it's not like I'm going to go ham and buy every single one there. Yeah, I got to heat that foot up. It's driving me nuts. He's like standing crooked here. Look at that. It's like he's had one too many Molotov cocktails himself, right? All right. I think he might stand just well enough to have on display over here. I should be baggying up these accessories as I go. I'm going to hate myself when I have this big pile of plastic laying around later that I have to go through and clean up, but that is fine. We'll do it later when we're off screen. So yeah, I think there's a possibility that stuff could show up there. Potato Soup Mafia. Those X-Men 3-packs are on my want list. Yeah, I told myself originally I would not buy the X-Men 3-pack. Just because, again, I said all I had was the Banshee, and then when you see it, that's the thing. When you see it there, when you see it show up, and you see the value that is in that, it's so hard. Like if you watch my hunt videos, I tend to like agonize over every penny I spend a lot of times, and I was kind of like, Heen and Han on stuff. That one you'll see that hunt comes out probably late this week. You'll see that I really, really struggle with that one. And I kind of walked around carrying it for a while. And then finally I just said, screw it, I'm going to buy it. Same with this one here. I do have Power Princess. So I'm hoping the rest of these. So case in point, I think you might see the other 2-pack of this show up. So I think there's 2 other 2-packs of this? 1 other 2-pack? Can't remember. There's the Dr. Spectrum, I think, that comes with the Hyperion. And isn't there another one with Coulson? I'm trying to remember now. But I think you might see the other ones of these show up if this one showed up, right? Because I don't think any of those are more desirable than any of the other ones. Mike said, didn't display model behavior come across It'll be leak list. You know what? If he did, I didn't see it. So people let us know in the comments if that's the case. So yeah, these leak lists get awfully interesting. You have to wonder, is Hasbro doing it on purpose? I mean, I know the common sense would provide the fact that you'd think that they wouldn't want to kind of like, you know, have people steal their thunder, but it gets people talking in the community. So I really wonder if, you know, that's purposeful. I doubt they would ever admit to that, but I hope the Blackheart wave drops at Ollies. It could, man. I think time's going to tell on a lot of those. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Hello, hello. I think time's going to tell on a lot of these Build-A-Figure waves that no longer go up in big box stores. Because again, I'm guessing the main reason, and I know some people are saying like the reason they did this for the recent waves was because they were kind of like more demonic sort of figures, and they couldn't put them at retail. Retail meaning at like a big box store. But I really wonder too if it's because of all the clearancing that goes on with those Build-A-Figure waves, and if they basically were saying that that's their way of trying to avoid having anything. Drop the baggie here. Having any figures go to mass. There we go. Go to mass clearance by doing it at collector stores, because like comic stores, GameStop, obviously Hasbro itself are not going to, you know, 2 or 3 months after they come out necessarily slash the price on things. Like Target, it's just ridiculous. The return policy on a Target receipt is 90 days. So you figure that's a quarter, right? A sales quarter, whatever you want to call it. So the fact that they are clearancing things sometimes easily within, that's pretty cool. Easily within that 90-day window is nuts. Because if you do buy it at full price, you can literally go back and buy it, you know, for the clearance price, and then take, you know, and then return that on the original receipt if you want to. It's not a secret that that's something that a lot of collectors do to save money. I mean, I just think it's smart on the collector's end. And again, if that's going to be your business tactics for Target, again, I once asked Ryan Ting, which by the way, the amount of crap that those 3 guys take online, the 3 of them are just good dudes. Like the times I've had chances to speak with them, which honestly, it's really only been Ryan Ting so far, but I've interacted at other places or online. But they seem like genuinely good dudes. So they take so much crap, which I think sucks. Like whatever. If you want to trash a product, that's fine, but you know, don't trash people. But I did ask Ryan on the Infinity Equation when I had the chance to interview him with Dante, going back a couple of years now, I guess it was. I had asked him, you know, regarding sales with Target and Walmart, if they had any say or control or preference to dedicated cases, meaning like a whole case of each character, each figure in a Build-A-Figure wave, or Walmart doing like an assortment where you get one of each. And he essentially kind of smiled, and I don't think he really wanted to answer it necessarily, and I can see why. And I'm pretty sure he ended up responding by saying that it's obviously up to the individual businesses to decide what their strategies are, which again makes sense. It's a good answer because that probably is the case, right? But you got to think that that's something that as a company and as a sales team, when you're sitting there watching Target, you know, get all these dedicated cases and they all go to Ollies and they clearance early, you know, whatever. Sorry, I'm like off camera. I'm definitely not in review mode here. That, you know, essentially doing the assortments is better. Now, as collectors, obviously, I think it's better for us to get the dedicated cases because you have less of a chance of missing out on getting stuff and then more of a chance of going on clearance. But again, we'll have to kind of see what goes on with that in the future. But yeah, things are all over the place regarding that. I'm hoping for the wave that had Power Princess and Crystar. Yeah, that's another one. Like, I'll tell you what, that Power Princess, if that were to show up at all, these people are going to lose their minds trying to get that thing. You sip my elixir here. Because it was so hard to get and so rare that it was very difficult for people to get. So it really makes you, you know, if that starts showing up, that one in particular, the whole wave really, but that one in particular, I've only seen in the wild once, and it was at FYE, and I had to overpay on a BOGO to get it for like 37 or something like that. So I saw the thumbnail and my heart skipped a beat. Thought the X-Men 3-pack was getting restock. It is getting restock. Yeah, it is. So here it is here. We're going to open that as well. It is getting restocked at Ollies. Yes. That's why I was able to find it. So I never found it initially when it was showing up there. And I just literally found it this week at a local Ollies. I just bought it, when was it, Friday? I think Friday afternoon. This past week I picked it up. All right, so real quick here, again, we're not doing review mode here, but for people that don't know, these are basically supposed to be, rip-offs, or we're called Marvel represented as Marvel, but it's supposed to be basically the Justice League in Marvel format. So it's Blur, and then what's this dude's name here? Nighthawk. So it's Batman, basically, and then Flash, and then Power Princess that we're talking about, which again, it's in the other room. I don't have it out. It's supposed to be Wonder Woman, and then Hyperion is basically Superman. So that way Marvel could basically do like a Justice League versus an Avengers comic book or whatever, or include them in stories without getting sued, because obviously they can't use straight up DC characters without permission, like back in the day for Marvel versus DC and DC versus Marvel. So again, that's what they were doing here, which is pretty cool, actually. Hey, what's going on? How are you? What is up? I got the Power Princess at Zolo. Yeah, there was a vendor there that did have that for sale. So that was pretty cool. And again, that guy, cool on him for not just, basically charging what the online price was that people were going for to look for it. Let's see who else we got. Sorry, keep bumping the camera here, guys. My jaw dropped when I saw it. Yeah, for sure. Dr. Spectrum was Green Lantern. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Yep. So again, and then Coulson, I guess, was just Coulson, because did they make a Coulson with this? I can't remember. Maybe they didn't make him, and I just wanted them to, because he was kind of like their liaison in the comics, in recent years stories, I guess. So I'm trying to remember if they did a Coulson or not, or was it just those two packs, and the Power Princess was obviously separate. Lucas says, I'm hoping to get that deal at Kane County in 2 weeks. Hope it shows up for you, man. Disavow, what's happening? Lunchbox Killer, how are you, man? I'm doing okay here on a Sunday night. Random live stream here. Again, just BSing with everybody, opening some stuff so I can get the boxes recycled. I mean, check this out. These literally almost look like batarangs, right? Like that's literally to the extent that they take it with this guy trying to look like Batman. So again, fun stuff. I would never have considered building this team until it started showing up at such a cheap price. And Power Princess Iskakis is an awesome figure. I mean, that's still in the running for top 10 figure of the year in my eyes. I'm sure in a lot of people's eyes. So again, I will find real estate, and hopefully this other 2-pack does show up. If it doesn't show up for a cheap price, I would think that eventually, even over on like Amazon, it could potentially show up on at least on a sale that makes it, a little bit more cost effective to pick it up. I like this guy's head sculpt. This is kind of smiling and chilling. So the light turned around there. I think that's kind of cool. I do like this. It does have the butterflies. This is cool. It's a cool figure. Get the belt slid down here a little bit though. There we go. Get the belt down there where it's supposed to be. But yeah, cover up that waist. But yeah, these are for what you're paying. If you get a deal like this on this stuff, it's just be careful, because again, you don't want to have it add up that you're spending a ton more money than you would actually want to. Especially staying in your lane. So, I mean, if I can give anybody advice, which who am I to give advice, right? But I guess I will, at least as far as I look at things. I try not to get too far out of my lane. Like I might see a Jurassic Park figure at a really cheap price at Ollies. So I'm turning around here, seeing what else I want to get to for a real cheap price. But I don't collect that. So now I'm buying that. This is a GameStop one, by the way. You'll see the sticker, but I won't open it. But you'll get a great deal. But if you buy a bunch of stuff you normally wouldn't collect otherwise, that's taking money from your budget of what you do buy. So again, you really have to balance it. Just because it's a good deal, do you have to buy it, or can you take a pass, or whatever? So again, it is tough. I'm not complaining about finding good stuff. It's just a matter of trying to be smart that you are not blowing money that you might be saving and allocating for something else. Damn, series Batman. Yeah, absolutely, Batman. Purposeful Batman vibes, right? There was a single release ages ago. Yeah, I do have that Coulson. That came. If it's the same one we're talking about, it's again. I have the one that was in the 3-pack with Nick Fury and Maria Hill from forever ago. But it's an MCU one. I'm curious if they did a comic book version of that Coulson or not. Sad to see Allentown, Wilkes-Barre, and Hazleton, PA locations have no Ultron, Joe Fixit, razors. Both Allentown stores have Joe Fixit right now. So he said they don't. If you check now. My toy hunt comes out later this week, but as of Friday, Tillman Street and Catasauqua had, 30 of the Mr. Fix-It Hulks that were there. They could be gone. You know how it is. People go in and they might buy all 30 to try to, sell at conventions or whatever down the road. But yeah, razors, if you are local, as of Friday, there were a ton of that Joe Fix-It in Allentown and Catasauqua and Tillman. Also, Bucky Cap was there. Also, there was some Ultron stuff. No Ultron himself, but some other stuff was there. Blue could pass for Johnny Quick almost. Johnny Quest. Yeah, they're saying Johnny Quest. What else we got here? Blur. Yeah, okay. Yep, I see what you're saying. Yep, Blur. Wondering if the other two members will show up at Ollies. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping Bradford. As we were just saying, that would be clutch. You know, or even on a good sale on Amazon. I think that could be a potential if you keep your eyes open. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm hoping Hasbro makes other members of the Squadron Supreme, like Zarda, Black, Archer. And again, I don't know a lot of these. I'll be honest. I didn't read many of the comics about Squadron. My experience with Squadron Supreme was in the Jonathan Hickman Avengers comic books. They were basically like, they more or less went to war with the Avengers, the Illuminati and everything during the Time Runs Out storyline, which led into Secret Wars, which makes me wonder if maybe we'll see them on TV or in movies eventually. A few of the Joe Fixits at Wilkes-Barre Ollies. You know what? Actually, you know, I'm glad you said that. Good friend of the channel, Pat, was actually up in that neck of the woods and sent me a picture. So yeah, Ollies and Wilkes-Barre had them too. So again, I would check those stores, whatever's closest to you, obviously. Don't go out of your way until you check their closest ones. So this is GameStop. Let's get that out of the box here as well. RIP to the Indiana Jones Hasbro line. I heard online this week, and I'm pretty sure it's the case, what I heard, is that was only a limited time, what do you call it, license, and that Hasbro doesn't even have that license to make Indiana Jones anymore in 6-inch scale. So literally, like quite literally, it would appear that line is completely dead. Like, I don't know if Ghostbusters is the same way or not, because they're both seasonal brands, but quite literally, there will not be any more Hasbro figures of Indiana Jones unless they reacquire the license. And that would mean probably another movie coming out, which I don't think is going to be happening. And if it does happen, it won't be anytime soon. So unfortunately, I'm pretty sure if you want to go get your Indiana Jones figures, get them now, because I suspect these might go up in value down the road as there aren't any more that are going to be coming out. So one might think that's a possibility. Finally, one that stands. There we go. Stands very well. One might suspect then, you know, people might say, hey, I do want Indiana Jones' 6-inch in my display. Oh, I forgot this came with the book. That's awesome. This book is great. I was pumped about getting this. We'll check that out in a second. So yeah, so I would think there's that possibility. Oh, there's more in here, right? There's that possibility that you might want to grab these if you find them, especially at Ollies, because like we said, good stuff cheap, right? I've seen both waves showing up at Ollies, including that Kazim we just opened up before. All right, there we go. All right, so there's the owl. These are little accessories. I'm going to lose them. I'm not careful here. This stuff goes into the rug. I'm not finding it. At least that apple won't be found. I think we got everything out of here, right? Yeah, it looks like we got everything out of there. All right, so we got the apple here. I wonder if is this the same apple that came with who was it? Kang. I wonder, did they reuse the apple? That's not even going on the display because it's going to get lost. All right, let's see this book here. Is this book open up? Yep. Okay. Was that or I broke it? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Check that out. That's a neat accessory right there. So yeah, that's definitely, it's cool. It lets latches back on like this. Yeah, I like that a lot. That's awesome. That's a cool accessory. You can use that for a lot of different things, I would think. Figure photography and whatnot. Where's our Marcus Brody at here? Let's get Brody out of the packaging. Hello to all 40 people who are watching. Sorry if I'm not interacting in the chat as much as I'm trying to unbox some stuff here. Whole point of tonight's to say hello to everybody and get some stuff open so I can put some boxes out for recycling this week and make some room back here in the toy room while we kind of document. I like to document when I open stuff up just for a lot of reasons. So it's fun to come over here and say hello to everybody. And then on top of that, open some stuff up. And these legs are jacked up on this guy. Okay. There we go. The one thing with the Indiana Jones is, again, they can't really get around it, but it's just a bunch of guys in suits. Like, you know, it's whatever. I mean, obviously, like, I wanted this because of the Brody and then the Belloc obviously being the main antagonist from the first film. But, you know, as far as marketing goes, yeah, if you like Indiana Jones, but like this stuff here being superhero oriented, I think can really appeal to a lot of people. This is like pretty much Indiana Jones people, or if you just want like human characters that don't look super, like bystanders in the background, right? So it's like a bit of a problem there when you're trying to sell stuff, I think. to mass retail. Who else we got saying hello here? Luke says Ollies has been so fetched this year. It would be weird. I thought Hasbro has the license for Ghostbusters. Yeah, I guess for Ghostbusters, they obviously still have it then. But yeah, Indiana Jones, it is gone. I'm super curious to see and hear if Hasbro will release Mephisto. Yeah, I think a lot of people, Dan Who did a convincing video that they might do Mephisto, sorry, as a New York Comic-Con announcement this upcoming weekend, especially with Blackheart having just come out. They just mentioned Mephisto on Agatha All Along. I know people hate that show. I like it. Pick up the classic trade of Squadron Supreme, reprinting the miniseries. It's amazing. There's a lot of best of trades. Yeah, I heard it's dark. Like, I heard the original stuff is really dark with them. So I'll have to check that out. I had no luck finding the D&D. That I did see. That I saw a bunch of times, to be honest. Hey, Tizzle, what's going on? Hope you're feeling better. Early in the Marvel Comics, S.H.I.E.L.D. agents would be suited characters. Yeah, so again, you could fudge stuff. Here's the problem, though. These are smaller than Marvel Legends. Like, I don't know if this is a good one to compare to or not. But here, if you look, you're going to notice, look how much taller he is. So, I mean, he's not your standard figure. MCU figures tend to be a little bit undersized, I believe. As far as comic figures to go, like, he's, I don't know, like, look at the shoulders. Like, you could definitely fudge them in. But Black Series and the Indiana Jones are definitely smaller. So, again, you could find a way to kind of sneak them in, I think, to a display if you wanted to use them that way. But I don't think the head sculpts are going to work. I think there's different sizes. And again, I could be wrong. I haven't really attempted to do it other than just kind of standing them side by side and noticing that they're noticeably smaller, which obviously isn't the best. My dad is a big Indiana Jones fan. I saw Short Round a couple of times in a few Ollies Toy Hunt videos. Haven't ran into one. They're also restocking Bradford. So I just saw that entire wave. Again, it'll be upcoming Toy Hunt end of this week. But Allentown, Catasauqua Road had an entire set of the Temple of Doom, essentially, wave. So Short Round was there as well. Just one of them, though. Just one of them. But it was there for sure. So again, a lot of Indiana Jones tonight. We opened up technically 3, but we got 4 figures out of it. Trying to make sure I am keeping the accessories with the correct figures, because I do bag up all my accessories so I don't lose anything. Oh, the X-Men pack. So let's get the X-Men pack. We're going about 38 minutes right now. So we're not going to go much longer than 45 minutes or so. So let's get the X-Men 3-pack opened up. And then I have some new figures that find ways to display. And then, like, I have an entire Indiana Jones shelf I've been putting together. So these will go in the Indiana Jones shelf with the rest of them that I got. And then we're going to have, let's see if we can get this guy in front of Dracula. Oh, there he goes. Then we're going to have, oh, he's going to fall. He did fall. Okay. There we go. Then we're going to have the X-Men somewhere as well. But yeah, let's get these out here. Does that work? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let us get this X-Men pack opened up. I'm going to open it up just to show you that it's still in the box. So I guess you can't tell because there's no plastic, right? So $24.99. This is restocking at Ollie's. If you see it and you want it, I would grab it right away. I'm fairly sure if I rolled into the Ollie's, I got this out on Friday, I'm willing to bet they're all wiped out. I grabbed 2, one for myself and one for Yojo Jerk. Again, I see him on an fairly often basis. I usually do not do pickups for like people on YouTube just because I get asked a lot. But again, somebody who I see that I'm friends with on a regular basis, obviously I will help out. Something like that's different. But again, I do apologize to people who do ask me, that just watch the channel, because I get a lot of requests to pick stuff up, and I just unfortunately cannot get stuff for everybody for obvious reasons. A lot of reasons there. I think people are usually pretty understanding of and understand. I appreciate that. He's going to have to move. I'm going to definitely knock him over if I don't move him out of the way. Let's get him over here. All right, so he's out of the way, off camera though. And let's get the figures out. So anyways, is anybody going to New York Comic-Con? Again, I am not. I'll be living vicariously through Art G and other friends of the channel who are there. I've been there once with A Tizzle. She's in the chat. She's my girlfriend, if you didn't know that. And new pick. And basically, we went there on a whim one year. We didn't really plan, and we were in New York just for the day. And didn't plan to be there for that reason. Oh, this forge looks good, man. Whoa. This forge looks so much better than one I have from earlier collections. The cybernetic leg looks really good on this one. Wow. I didn't realize this looked as good as it does. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Now I have 2 Forges now. I'm probably going to have to move that other one. It's probably not even really worth much, actually. But all right, let's see if I can get him in a solid standing pose. They'll fallen over. Looks like we're okay. But yeah, so we were at New York Comic Con. I couldn't tell. It was pre-COVID. Tizzle, remember the year. Oh, there he goes. Oh, wow, nothing else got knocked over. What are the odds of that, right? Usually everything gets knocked over when that happens. All right, see if we can get his feet in a better spot here. So yeah, we had fun the time we were there. I mean, the dated a little bit. It goes back to when Ash versus Evil Dead season 2 was coming out, because they had a whole like display in New York. He still might fall and knock things over. Oh, there he goes. And there was another gun. So I don't think we're going to have Forge standing very long tonight for fear of knocking over more stuff. But I'm going to have to clean up later on. Glad that apple didn't go flying. So Forge, you can hang out on your back there, buddy. So yeah, we had a good time there. 2017, we were there. So it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I don't know. We were just talking about it the other day. We don't like to go to huge things. We go to a lot of toy conventions. Like I'll be at Legion's Con, for instance. However, New York City is another whole thing. There's a lot of people, and I do like my personal space. So I don't know. Jubilee's not on a new buck, is she? Single jointed elbows. Oh, I thought this was on a newer buck. Okay, well, whatever. Ding dong, right? All right, so there's Jubilee. We got Jubes. Let's see if she'll stand. Okay, she seems like she's going to stand okay. That 3-pack is worth it. Definitely love the Forge. Yeah, again, $24.99, and then Pennsylvania gives 6% sales tax for people who don't know that. So a couple bucks in that of tax. I used to go to New York City, but I see it as a large waste of money in the past few years. Few dealers selling older items, looking to be vendors, mainly selling props and items you can get in stores. Agree, it's not worth the efforts. Yeah, so that's why, you know. And again, I'm not somebody who pays to meet people. Like I rarely will pay to like meet a celebrity. I just don't have a big thing for celebrities. With that said, I have this set on the channel. I did technically pay to meet Bruce Campbell. He was at a local event to where I live, and it just worked out. It was actually during COVID, so that was kind of cool to meet him. And it wasn't very expensive, to be perfectly honest. I think Tizzle actually gifted that experience because I think I was heeing and hawing on it. But I did get a picture with him, which was kind of neat. He was a cool dude from what I recall. All right, so there we go. So accessories for her. But other than that, like I get if you are an autograph person. I don't get it because I don't do it, but I get it that if you are one of people who collect or like to meet celebrities for different reasons, that you would pay to go to New York to get access to those people. I mean, I collect, little plastic representations of people. I'm not going to shake my head at people who collect autographs or something because that's just another fandom, right? Okay, Storm is on the new buck, which I was hoping at least one of these was, right? So Jubilee looks like she came up short with the old one, but Storm here isn't too bad. Head sculpt's pretty cool in this too. All right. Did anybody get the Xavier Warlord from Walmart? That's on sale, I heard, for $20. Somebody posted on their Instagram the other day. So if you didn't get that on the retro card, I am not in the market for that. If I found it, or again, like around Black Friday, if it's super cheap, which it probably will be, considering it's already on sale right now, I would potentially pick that up. Probably not to open. Again, though, if I do find a way to acquire all of these, meaning I get the Psylocke and the Gambit back, and I already have the Banshee, then, okay, now we're talking, okay, well, might as well finish the team, right? Let's see here. Hey, Van, what's going on? She does look good. Yeah, I agree. It's a cool head sculpt for sure. Only celebrity I want to meet is Ernie Hudson. That'd be cool, man. It'd be cool to meet all the living Ghostbusters. Again, I for that, I think you definitely have to pay to do that. Even get them all in the same event, other than like a movie, red carpet premiere would probably be tough. Celebrities don't get me excited if I see them in the wild. Yeah, if I were like walking through a shopping mall, the shopping malls are still things, right? And I saw Ernie Hudson, I'd be like, oh, dude, Ernie Hudson. Like, I'm going to bother him and at least say hi, So anyways, yeah, just, again, everybody has their own thing. Van says, hey, Tim, do you have a membership? I do not, Van. I do not have memberships for the channel. Up until now, I've also never accepted super chats. I had that turned off. I appreciate people who watch and subscribe to the channel. You know, the view and the sub, and you know, a comment here and there is huge. I just never was looking to monetize that stuff. I'm never gonna say never, because then if I do it at some point in time, it says I'll turn it on. If I do it down the road, I don't want somebody to come back and say, you said you'd never do that. Now you did it. You know, like somebody will find a clip and, you know, put it in the comments. So I'm not going to say never, but it's just something at this point where, you know, this is a fun hobby for me. I enjoy the outlet of making the videos, the toy hunts. I'd be in stores anyway, trying to buy stuff. So I do film those, obviously, because I'm there. And then on top of that, the reviews are just for fun for me. I'm never going to be you know, big time reviewer like Yojo Jerk. He's just blown up. And Dan Who, obviously huge. MCU Collector going on, what is it, 100,000 subs or something crazy. But so again, those are just for fun for me as well. And if they help people out even a little bit, let's see if he knocks things over. If they help people out even a little bit, you know, in their decision making, to buy or not buy something, then that's cool. But yeah, I just do it for fun. You know, it's a good time for me. I like talking to people. I like interacting with people. Thanks, Atizzle. So yeah, thank you for asking. As of now, though, I don't know what I would offer people that are members. I know you could do separate videos, and I think there they go. I think Brian was even forged to fell. I think Brian does a great job, you know, with putting up additional content. I think Dan Who does a nice job of offering his members the opportunity to go on Legends of Liquor with him as a, you know, as a thank you essentially for being a member, which is cool. Where the hell are forges? Oh, I still have accessory bags here, but I don't know what I would do. So I've opted not to up to this point, but thank you for asking. All right, so let's get these here. I don't think we're going to get full. Forge was standing though, right? Let's not be a total jerk here, because he was not the one that knocked things over. Let's see if I can put him there. All right, so what else we got going on? So we're going to tie things up here shortly. 33 people watching. I appreciate that. We're going on almost 50 minutes here. I did get most of the stuff unboxed that I wanted to. I still have a whole giant box behind me, but a lot of it's stuff I don't plan to open. Like for instance, I found these on clearance at Target. That's going to stay on card. Get a little bit of a whiplash. So I don't intend to open these. So I have what looks like 3 of the Iron Mans behind me on retro card. Figures from the wave, not Iron Man himself. Those are going to just go in storage to go on the wall eventually. All right, your Forge's gun. If you wanted to see that right there. Let's get all the X-Men stuff on the back here. It's a big gun, actually. It's a freaking gun for Forge. Again, that Forge is definitely superior to the other one in my collection that's with my X Factor. So I think this guy's... Well, then again, if I build this team, I don't know. He'll have to stay in. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. So many decisions making stuff for sure. How do you rate the Dracula? I loved the Dracula. This guy's awesome. I think he's probably the best figure in the wave, next to, of course, the Blackheart, which is hard to stand, but he's awesome too. Dracula, I did do a review. So if you want to take the time, feel free. You know, if you want to go check that review out of the Dracula review, I like him a lot. Warrior Dracula is really cool. Alternate head sculpts. I like the sword, even though it's not like the most painted. It's not painted at all, I guess, but it's still cool accessories. So I dig him. But yeah, if you want to see that review for more in-depth and also comparisons, if you don't watch my reviews, everybody, I just do a ton of comparisons at the end. I try to throw in Marvel Legends of different sizes, Multiverse, G.I. Joe, Valiverse, all sorts of stuff. So I think the biggest thing when people buy things is they want to know how it scales and how it compares to other figures in their collections. So I do a lot of comparisons in my reviews. Plus, it's fun for me to see those. I've met several celebrities at MC3 up here in Michigan. Ian Ziering and Ruby Soho Riot. That's cool. Isn't Ian Ziering the guy that from 90210 that totally like beat up a guy that was like messing with him in LA? That was pretty cool last year. Oh, what did Van say? I back it up here. Your hunts are great. Maybe give channel members access a day early. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I've never thought about that, Van. That's a cool thought. I didn't know that's a thing, to be honest. I didn't know I could do that. So I will keep that in mind for sure. Dracula, very Castlevania vibes. Absolutely. Gotta love watching that. Sorry for all the talking. Just happy to see content again. Amen. Dude, I'm glad you're in the comments. That's the point, is I want to interact with people, say hello. And again, people, I do face, if you're new here, I appreciate you being here for the first time. I do face on camera at the Yojo Jerk channel on Thursdays, so I don't completely keep myself off camera. My twins, typically, I don't show myself very often at all, because I know people are watching for the store, not for me. But I do live stream also here on the channel, face on camera at times as well. It's just a matter of when. So I'll probably go live again, probably potentially this weekend, depending what goes on with New York Comic Con. Any Marvel Legends, I don't know when the panel is. It's probably Saturday, but I don't know for sure. So if there's some big news, I'll probably go live here, face on camera, to talk about that. And he was the star of the Sharknado movies. That's right, he was. All right, folks. So I thought we have one more baggie here. Okay, one more baggie that I forgot about. I think it's Jubilee stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the alternate Jubilee head. Okay, let's get this out of the baggie so I don't miss anything. Definitely stuff I could lose here. All right, so that is empty. All right, so Jubilee also has the alternate bubblegum head, the sunglasses, all sorts of stuff I can lose. I'm not going to even bother trying to put it on the table at this point because I'm out of space and out of time. So I think we're going to tie things up, everybody here. I didn't want to go more than 45. We're a little over already, but I'm glad that we had an opportunity to talk because that was pretty cool. So we'll get out of here. I might do another unboxing sometime soon coming up. I do have some other stuff. I did want to open, what do I have? The McFarlane Spawn 2-pack. I didn't get to that tonight. That's obviously a Target find anyway. But thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free, it does not cost you anything. And helps us grow the channel tremendously in the March to 7,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead, click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify you and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts reviews and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button for daily toy content and daily toy updates. Try checking us out over on Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs. Thanks for watching, everybody. New toy hunt coming out probably tomorrow. And the big Ollies toy hunt, where I found a lot of this stuff, later this week. All right, everybody. Bye. Thanks, everybody.